how about if we take a look at the NBA playoffs first, and then we'll take a look at what I all like with regards to the MLB card. As first things first, with regards to the NBA Finals, you've got the Indiana Pacers currently as a 9 to a 9.5 point underdog, mostly 9.5s out there. This total is between 223.5 to 224. Again, I'm not going to be betting the side or the total until we get in-game, because I do think that just being able to bet this in-game are going to be able to get better numbers than what you've been able to pre-flop. And I mean, it's been a very simple strategy, and I know that it just sounds like the most basic thing ever. The team that gets down double figures, you bet them live, and they have been able to cash for you all throughout the postseason in these Indiana Pacers games. Like we even saw when the Pacers got up by a big margin against the OKC Thunder. They blow that game in the fourth quarter. So that's very clear as to how I'm going to be playing that. But if you're looking a little bit more on the prop front, I do think that with Isaiah Hartenstein, we're going to see a little bit more out of him. For the OKC Thunder, it's just been befuddling some of the changes that they've been making throughout the series. It almost has been as if they've been outfoxing themselves a little bit, for lack of a better term, for the OKC Thunder. I thought that they had things very much in line, even though they lost that game number one. I mean, that was just a Herculean comeback from the Indiana Pacers, and sometimes it's not a case where you need to make adjustments yourself when a team makes a great comeback. Sometimes you just flat out fall into a hot team that just gets super white hot on that night. Like in that game number one, the OKC Thunder had won the turnover battle 24-6, but the Indiana Pacers, they get hot at the end of the game. They make some threes. That's sometimes something that you need to live with. And instead, you've seen Dagnall and company, they made a few too many adjustments. I think that they get back to happy. That's why I think Isaiah Hartenstein sees more minutes here in game number 5. I like him over 8 rebounds. I think that you're able to get good value there with a plus number. I do also think that you have to play the Ben Mathurin zigzag theory, which I've been doing that throughout the postseason. It's been working out for me. We saw Ben Mathurin go under his point prop in game number 1. He actually went back-to-back in terms of overs in game 2 and game 3. Goes under in game 4. I think that this is a rebound. Right now, you're able to get plus money on him to go 10-plus points in this game. I think that he reaches double figures. Ben Mathurin has been rock solid here in the series when he's been given minutes. Was only given 14 minutes in game number 4. That, I thought, was a little bit of a change that the Pacers did not need to make, and I think that they can go back to Mathurin for a few more minutes, so I'm going to be taking a shot on that total over. And then with regards to just taking a look at what we're going to be getting in general throughout this game, I do think that you're going to get a little bit of higher scoring game. Like if I had to bet the side in the total right now, again, going to be looking at this in game, I would bet the Indiana Pacers plus 9.5 points. I do think that they keep this within single digits. I think that they've got a good blueprint for hanging in there. Now, I do think that in the end, the OKC Thunder win the game outright, but I also think that after the shooting was so cold in game number 4, with the Pacers shooting less than 32% from three-point range, the OKC Thunder somehow, some way pulled that game out of the fire, going 3 of 16 from three-point range, that you're going to be able to get a little bit more production there. And I'm just in on Miles Turner unders in general in this game. I do think that Miles Turner is going to be having a little bit of a tougher time, because I do think that the OKC Thunder go a little bit bigger with Chet Holmgren, along with having a bit more Hartenstein out there as well. So looking at Miles Turner under with regards to rebounds, points, you name it, I'm going to be taking a look at the under. His made threes prop, which he went 0 of 6 from three-point range in game number 4. I think that the green light not going to be there for him in game number 5. So we're looking at a lot of unders with regards to Miles Turner, as it is cashing out right here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. I was mentioning that there was another trifecta that was going to be mentioned, and that's from GBank. GBank, they sponsor all of our best bets here at the network, and they are launching the trifecta. That is GBank, First Bet, and VSiN come together. All you need to do is open up a GBank Visa Signature credit card, and in the first 90 days, deposit and play through $1,000 at First Bet to trigger this $500 trifecta. You'll receive $200 in cashback rewards on your GBank Signature credit card. First Bet will give you a $100 deposit match, and then VSiN, they come in to complete the trifecta with a VSiN Pro subscription through October 31st. That is a $200 value, and that's the $500 trifecta from GBank, First Bank, and VSiN. Head on over to vsin.com/GBank. That is VSIN.com/GBank. And note that this is a one-time promotion that is limited to customers opening up a new account in response to this offer. This will not apply to requests to convert existing accounts. Apply today. Terms and conditions, they do apply. How about if we take a look at some baseball that we've got on this Monday? And well, this is a very obvious fade for me, as the Colorado Rockies, they've got more multiple run losses right now than any other National League team has losses. They are going up against the Washington Nationals. Nationals on the money line are right around minus 195 to minus 202, but you're able to catch that run line at even money. The total on this game is 9. The Colorado Rockies had an outlier of a performance on Sunday. They put up a 10 spot against the Atlanta Braves, and most of it really came late as well, and I just don't think that Lightning is going to be striking twice. Now, the roll of the dice that you've got in terms of this under is Carson Palmquist has been a human pinata. 2 home runs and 5 walks allowed per 9 innings. 7.77 ERA. His ERA is quite literally lucky sevens, and if you're the opposing team, you've been very lucky to go against him because he has not giving you good performances whatsoever. You've got a Colorado Rockies team that's currently 14-57 thus far this season. So that means that if you've been able to going to do the mental math here, plus $4 on the money line on the Colorado Rockies in every single game this season. If you've gotten plus $4, you are still down money for this season. That is how bad this team has been. Recognize that they've added a few pieces back in the fold. Obviously, when you get the likes of Orlando Arcia, Thairo Estrada, that helps out a little bit. But again, if your saving grace is adding Orlando Arcia and Thairo Estrada, where is your organization really at? And for the Washington Nationals, you got James Wood giving you good wood, giving you 16 home runs. It's a less than savory Nationals bullpen. They're currently dead last in the National League in terms of ERA. I still think that they get the job done. And I think that the Colorado Rockies entered into Sunday with, again, 2.5 runs per game away from home and hitting below the Mendoza line of 200 on the road. They start to regress. I like the under, and I do like the run line here with Washington. You've got such an interesting game with Shohei Ohtani getting the start for the LA Dodgers. Now, he's not expected to go any more than 1 to 2 innings. And, well, if I looked at the player prop market, right now his strikeout prop is 1.5. If I had to play it, I'd be going over. I'm going to be sticking a little bit more to the side in the total, as I'm just personally not too much of a player prop guy myself. But, I mean, right now with the Dodgers, you find them between about minus 140 to minus 157 on the money line, fluctuating quite a bit as money has been coming in ever since Ohtani was announced. For the Padres, you're able to get them about plus 128 to plus 135, and that total in a lot of places is an 8.5, seeing a straight 9 out there as well. For Dylan Cease, I mean, we're all talking about Shohei Ohtani, and rightfully so, but he's not going to be long for this game. He's expected to throw only 1 or 2 innings. Dylan Cease should be able to give you 6+ good innings. As a matter of fact, last start, 7 scoreless innings against the LA Dodgers. I do believe that he has had a little bit of an outlier of a season. 4.21 ERA, a 3.10 fielding dependent. He's only allowing 1 home run per 9 innings. He's giving you 11 strikeouts per 9 innings. He's been able to do a rock-solid job here against the LA Dodgers here recently. I think that he gives you another good performance. Now, I do think that the LA Dodgers find a way to bust through, and this is essentially going to be like a bullpen game for the Dodgers. Would not be surprised if Ben Casparis is a little bit more of a bulk guy. He's been able to give you a sub-3.5 ERA. So being able to get this total between an 8.5 to a 9, I like the under, and I do like the LA Dodgers on the run line. It has been a Padres team that has been slightly below average in the big leagues with regards to runs per game. We've seen a little bit of a drop-off with regards to that power, and then with the Boston Red Sox. We've talked all about them throughout the show. They traded away Rafael Devers. I want no part of this team on Monday. Do they have a little bit of value perhaps moving forward? Yes. Don't think that they've got a lot of value with Lucas Giolito on the bump, and even without Rafael Devers, I still think that the Boston Red Sox score some runs, mostly seeing 7.5s with regards to the total, seeing a straight 7 here at circa, whether you got 7 or 7.5. I do like the over. Logan Gilbert coming off the injury list for his first start, probably not going to be long for this game either, but even with that, do like the Seattle Mariners at north of plus 125 on the run line.